Massive and organized human rights violation happened during July genocide, says Volker Turk while presenting a report in Geneva.
It's a huge chance for the country at this pivotal time to deal with its past, to overcome its past, to reach a moment of healing and truth-telling, and that includes each and everyone within the society of Bangladesh.
Hasina will be tried for crimes against humanity, chief advisor in an interview with Sky News.
The oligarchs, people who promoted her, supported her, made her the way she is. Legally, they are required to send her to Bangladesh. I think it's international law will guide that decision.
Former U.S. diplomats William B. Milam and John F. Danilowicz's visit International Crimes Tribunal expressed willingness to help the court. International Crimes Tribunal set June 15 as deadline for submitting the probe report against 5 former police personnel for killing college student Hridoy on August 5. Chief Advisor Dr. Muhammad Yunus made directives for reforming labor law maintaining international standard. Outgoing education advisor brings good news for teachers under MPO benefits increasing from Eid al-Azha. Donald Trump imposes reciprocal tariffs on India and other countries from April 2. South Africa batting with victory target of 363 runs against New Zealand in ICC Champions Trophy. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to News at 10. I am Roya Zabin. You have just heard the headlines. Now news in details. Security forces were involved in serious human rights violation during July-August upsurge in Bangladesh, says UN High Commissioner Volker Turk. High Commissioner Volker Turk was addressing on the occasion of release of a report on Bangladesh by the UN Human Rights Office. Volker Turk said security forces were involved in hundreds of extrajudicial killings, extensive arbitrary arrests and detentions and torture. These were carried out with the directives of the political leadership, he added.
It's a huge chance for the country at this pivotal time to deal with its past, to overcome its past, to reach a moment of healing and truth-telling, and that includes each and everyone within the society of Bangladesh. I think all of us have to support, because it is meant from the perspective of anchoring human rights very much in the governance of the future of the country. And that's a unique opportunity for each and every citizen of Bangladesh, irrespective of, they belong to whatever group or community. And that's really, I think, one of the big hopes that we have on the human rights.
Law advisor Dr. Asif Nazrul, now in Geneva, shared with the audience that the interim government of Bangladesh is determined to conduct a fair trial of all killings committed during July-August upsurge. Dr. Asif lauded UN Human Rights Commission for the investigative report.
Be it at the CHT area, be it at any other places, and we have already formed a commission which will work on the local government issue. Third thing is, working with UNHCR, CHR, of course, we are looking forward to that. We have already agreed a draft text, and I think we could go a long way to work together, and we are deeply grateful to OHCHR for that.
Today we stand as one family, united in our demand for justice. Being Bangladesh, a peaceful nation itself, never expected its own citizens to be killed by those meant to protect them.
Civil society leaders from Bangladesh were present on the occasion. Former U.S. diplomats William B. Milam and John Danny Lovies visited the International Crimes Tribunal in the morning today. During the visit, they held a meeting with the tribunal's chief prosecutor, Tajul Islam. At that time, special consultant to the chief prosecutor, Toby Cadman, was present. After the meeting, the two former U.S. diplomats left the tribunal at around 12:15. Later, Chief Prosecutor Tajul Islam briefed journalists and said the two former U.S. diplomats have apprised of the progress of the tribunal. The former U.S. diplomats have assured of providing all kinds of cooperation involving information. As many as 5 policemen, including one former OC, have been produced before the International Crimes Tribunal today on charges of killing college student Hridoy Khan in Kapashia of Ghazipur during the July-August uprising last year. They are former OC of Kapashia K.M. Ashraf Uddin, Inspector Shofikul Islam, Constables Akram Hussain, Mohammad Fahim Hassan and Mohammad Mahmudul Hassan. Later, Chief Prosecutor Tajul Islam briefed journalists and said 1 out of 6 accused in Hridoy Khan murder case in Kapashia of Ghazipur is absconding. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus has said ousted Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina will stand trial for crimes against humanity. In an interview to UK-based Sky News on Wednesday, the Chief Advisor said a trial will be taking place. Not only Sheikh Hasina, but also all the people who are associated with her family members, her clients or associates. Bangladesh has issued 2 arrest warrants for her. Professor Yunus said they had sent formal letters but received no official response from New Delhi. He insisted, however, that Hasina would face the court whether physically present in Bangladesh or in absentia in India.
It's not if it will be happening in absentia or in her presence. It will be taking place, not only her, and all the people who were associated with her family members, her clans, her associates, and all the oligarchs, people who promoted her, supported her, made her the way she is. Legally, they are required to send her to Bangladesh. I think it's international law will guide that decision. We have sent formal letters, so not conversations, but formal letters to make sure that it is understood.
Speaking to Sky News about the House of Mirrors, the chief advisor said horrendous human rights violations happened in the House of Mirrors. They are not open to the public as they are within the law enforcement area. The House of Mirrors will be converted into museums, the chief advisor said.
In a situation like that, when you see things and you've been hearing about it, you've met those people who suffered through those most heinous thing you can imagine a human being can do to another human being. It's just the ugliest thing that you can see, you can feel, you can observe. This is within the police territory or army territory, so they have not opened it to the public yet because this will create a bad response from the army and so on. Those kind of fear that the public gets into the cantonment area where they live, the army people live. So they are restricting those areas, but we have decided to make it a museum so that public can come in.
Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus asked the officials concerned to reform the labour law of the country to meet international standards for improving the living conditions of millions of labourers employed in different sectors of the country. The Chief Advisor gave the directive during a meeting with the officials of the Labour and Employment Ministry at the State Guest House Jamuna today ahead of the 353rd session of the International Labour Organization to be held in Geneva between March 10 and 20. The Chief Advisor asked the officials to ensure insurance coverage and healthcare benefits for the workers of Bangladesh's in labour sector. Special envoy to the Chief Advisor Lutfi Siddiqui joined the meeting virtually. Labour and Employment Ministry Advisor M. Shakhawat Hussain, Secretary AHM Shafiquzzaman, Law and Justice Division Secretary Sheikh Abu Tahir and ILO Country Representative Tuomo Putianen were present at the meeting. Newly appointed advisor of the interim government, Professor Dr. Chaudhry Rafiqul Abrar, took oath today. The oath-taking ceremony was held at Darbar Hall of Bongo Bhawan this morning. Chief Advisor Professor Mohammad Yunus attended the function. President Mohammad Shahabuddin administered the oath to the new advisor.
শপথ করিতেছি যে
আমি আইন অনুযায়ী অন্তর্বর্তীকালীন সরকারের উপদেষ্টা পদের কর্তব্য বিশ্বস্ততার সহিত পালন করিব আমি সংবিধানের রক্ষণ সমর্থন ও নিরাপত্তা বিধান করিব এবং আমি ভীতি বা অনুগ্রহ অনুরাগ বা বিরাগের বশবর্তী না হইয়া সকলের প্রতি আইন অনুযায়ী যথাবিহিত আচরণ করিব।
After the swearing-in, the new advisor signed the oath of office. Advisors of the interim government and high military and civil officials were present. Cabinet Secretary Dr. Sheikh Abdul Rashid conducted the oath-taking ceremony. Various initiatives have been taken across the country to ease the hardships of lower and middle-income people due to rising commodity prices. Most of the organizers and entrepreneurs of these efforts are young volunteers. One such initiative in the capital is attracting the low-income people at a Indira Road shop. Daily essentials are available at affordable prices in this shop. Organizers said that they bypass middlemen and bring agricultural products directly from farmers and sell these directly to consumers. They also make a profit from this process. Customers acknowledge that just outside the sales center, roadside shops sell the same products at higher prices. But they can get pure products at lower prices from this center. Farmers are receiving fair prices for the goods they produce as a result of this initiatives, and consumers can buy at reduced prices. Customers are pleased with this alternative marketing strategy. They also said that the people would benefit from the expansion of this initiative. The volume of remittance being sent by the expatriate Bangladeshis is continuously on the rise. They are sending their hard-earned money to Bangladesh through legal channels, largely after the fall of the fascist Sheikh Hasina. As a result, the forex reserve of the country is being consolidated. At the moment, the reserve in the country has stood at $21 billion again. The volume of the forex reserve in Bangladesh is fluctuating to $20 billion in the past several months after the fall of the fascist government. Bangladesh received 252 crore and $80 lakh of remittance through legal channels last month. The amount is equal to 31,094 crore taka. The volume of remittance in February marked 25% growth compared to last year's February. In February 2024, the country received $202 crore of remittance. According to Bangladesh Bank data, the country received 1,849 crore as remittance in 8 months between July and February of the current 2024-25 fiscal year. The volume is 23.80% higher than the previous fiscal year. Education advisor Wahid Uddin Mahmood informed that allowances including festival, recreation and housing rent will be increased for the teachers under MPO non-government teachers and employees from Eid al-Azha. He said this at a reception at Education Ministry conference room at the Secretariat today. The program was organized marking the joining of new education advisor Professor Chaudhry Rafiqul Abrar. The advisor mentioned that deprivation of the last 15 years cannot be met in 1 year's budget. He further said that the government is also working to equal the salary of the MPO-listed non-government educational institutions with that of the government institutions. The outgoing advisor said a fund is being formed for the teachers' retirement and welfare. Senior officials of the Education Ministry were present.
কি হইছে লক্ষ্মী মায়ের ধমকাইতেছো কেন
লক্ষ্মী না চাই প্রত্যেক বেলা খাবার নিয়ে ঝামেলা করে কথাটা ঠিক না আমি কইছি পচাবাসি খাবার আমি খাবো না ভাইজান কি করমু কও প্রত্যেক বেলা নতুন নতুন রাঁধুনের সময় কই তাই এক বেলা রাঁধি দুই বেলা খাই
একবার রান্না করে দুই বেলা